I am Nanatufu Boateng. This is the best breakfast on TV, and I am your super chef. Thank you for choosing us. Hopefully, we get to serve you the best breakfast, yeah? And you get to enjoy. Stay with us throughout the entire program as we bring you a lot of insights, information, education, as well as entertainment. This morning, there's some good news, especially for assembly members, because the government has released some 25 million Ghana cedis. Guess what this money is for? It's to pay allowances to assembly members. So let's break it down. Currently, there are 276 districts in the country. Out of these 276, I beg your pardon, 276 districts across the country, right? Out of these 276 districts, we have 9,085 assembly members, and each of them is expected to receive 1,300 Ghana cedis non-taxable allowance. That's good news for the assembly members. It will help, of course, in the discharge of their duties. Now, this is good news, right? But what would even be better news is our ability to reverse the over-centralization of our resources in this country. Local governance really has to do with decentralization. If we're able to decentralize to the point that development projects are handled at the local level, then this goes a long way to improve our development nationally as a country. Okay, take for instance that local projects such as roads are handled by the assemblies in which these roads lie. It will speed up the process, it will enhance accountability, and of course there will be efficiency in the delivery of these services. And so it's important that we decentralize to the local level. This will strengthen local governance structures and then, of course, enhance financial autonomy. Currently, it's the District Assembly's Common Fund that disburses monies to the various assemblies. If we're able to decentralize him, then we're able to do proper targeting. And so we have specific amounts for specific projects within the local assembly level. This will improve healthcare delivery, it will improve educational infrastructure, it will improve road infrastructure, it will enhance transparency, it will promote accountability, and there will be general development across the country. Now, if the MMDAs are handling some of these projects, all right, then of course it will go a long way to promote participatory planning, where you have citizen participation in some of these things. So town halls, you have your town hall meeting, and then of course the citizens can participate in prioritizing the projects one after the other. Okay. Now, ultimately, it reduces the burden of central government, which of course has a lot to think about, has a lot to deal with. But projects at the local level will be handled at the local level by the various MMDAs. And guess what this does for you, the politician? Because currently, we are not electing MMCEs. They are appointed by the president, of course, based on approval from the assembly. And so this is what it does for you, the politician. You, the member of parliament, will therefore not have to go campaigning on roads and health infrastructure and education infrastructure and all that. Because then at that point, the local assembly is dealing with all of these things. And so it reduces the burden placed on you, or which you have placed on yourself when you go promising. Okay? So, although we are congratulating the government for fulfilling its promise of paying the allowances for the assembly members, 1,300 Ghana cedis each, we need to reverse the centralization of resources, and we need to promote local governance, decentralize it down to the bottom so that development can be handled there at the local level by the local assemblies. And of course, it reduces the burden on you, the politician, so that you can have enough time to deal with your legislative business and not have to deal with development projects, which of course is under the mandate of the local assembly. Shalom. All right. Are you a junior high school student? Are you in JSS? Do you love to write? Let me bring you some good news, because the literacy challenge is back. This one is for students aged between 11 to 15 years. And this year, what's our topic? It says, in not less than 600 words, discuss the effects of climate change on agriculture in Ghana. What challenges do these effects create for individuals, families, communities, and the nation. Suggest practical solutions to help all Ghanaians mitigate these challenges. All right, so the script must be in your own handwriting. The script must be endorsed by a parent or guardian, and you need to add your full contact details. The deadline for submission of entries is Saturday, the 26th of July. Saturday, 26th July 2025 is the deadline for the submission of entries. And so you need to be fast about it. Now, here's where you can submit your entry to. The Literacy Challenge, P.O. Box GP 14123, Accra Central. That's via post, okay? If you're going to post it to P.O. Box GP 14123, Accra Central, or drop it off at the front desk of City FM at Adabraka or ChannelOne TV here at Tesano. You can drop it off at the front desk of City FM in Adabraka or at ChannelOne TV Tesano here in Accra. For more information on how you can be part of the Literacy Challenge, call 0205 973 973. 0205 973 973. The winner, of course, gets the 10,000 Ghana cedis and a trophy, as well as the bragging rights as the brightest student at the junior high level. I want to say thank you to our sponsors, Belmu and GB Assessment. We say thank you to all of you. Remember that the Literacy Challenge is brought to you by City FM and Channel One Television. So the Literacy Challenge is on. Students aged between 11 and 15 years, kindly do your best to submit your entries before the deadline date, which is the 26th of July 2025. And the topic, once again, is, in not less than 600 words, discuss the effects of climate change on agriculture in Ghana. What challenges do these effects create for individuals, families, communities, and the nation? Suggest practical solutions to help all Ghanaians mitigate these challenges. There's 10,000 Ghana cedis and a trophy up for grabs, and we know that you won't disappoint. Every year the competition gets better and better. You guys are writing amazing stuff, and we are super, super proud of you. All right, you can send your entry via post to the Literacy Challenge, P.O. Box GP 14123, Accra Central. The Literacy Challenge, P.O. Box GP 14123, Accra Central. That's if you're sending it via post. Or you can walk to our front desk at City FM at Dabraka or Channel One TV here at Tesano and drop your entries. We hope to receive your entries latest by Saturday, the 26th of July 2025, and then the marking will begin. Then, of course, we gear up into the mood for who becomes the champion for 2025 in the Literacy Challenge. All right. Now, on Sundays at 6:30 p.m., we would like to welcome you to the Volunteers TV show. Join Stephen Daku as he brings you all the need to know regarding volunteerism in Ghana and beyond. We're going to be speaking with people who have embarked on volunteer projects across the country and beyond, and they're going to be sharing their experiences, their insights, their information and education with you. And so you want to be a part of the Volunteers TV this and every Sunday at 6:30 p.m. right here on Channel One TV with your host, Stephen Dako. All right. Now, get onto the Google Play Store because there's something good, something amazing, something exciting happening there. The Channel One News app is on the Google Play Store. And so quite an easy process in downloading and installing it. Go onto the Google Play Store now, download the Channel One News app, and you can get all the information, all the news, current, real-time updates from Channel One TV on the Channel One TV app. So it's up on the Google Play Store. It's quite easy to download and install. And so just go through the Google Play Store, download the Channel One News app, and make life easy for yourself, especially in keeping up with times, okay, regarding the news flow and, of course, the updates that will come subsequently. Thank you so much for joining us. This is Breakfast Daily here on Channel One TV. It's time now to get into the newspapers, find out what's trending, what's happening on the front pages of the various dailies. Let's start off with the Daily Graphic newspaper, which says employment measures have not worked. This is according to an ISE report. The Institute for Statistical, Social and Economic Research, ISE, has released a report that says employment measures have not worked. I'm in Ghana. We have a lot to do. All right. Graphic Business and Stanbic Bank breakfast meeting is happening today. When you grab a copy of the Daily Graphic, you get all the details in there. Government releases 25 million cedis allowance for assembly members. That's also in the Daily Graphic. And then we'll scrutinize government policies. That's NAF president. That's the National Association, the Ghana National Association of Farmers and Fishermen. And they are saying that they will scrutinize government policies. When you go on the back page, it says Ghana benefits from sickle cell care for newborns. Ghana benefits from sickle cell care for newborns. Richard Quay Food Bank to feed vulnerable for free. Richard Quay Food Bank to feed vulnerable for free. So that's it for the Daily Graphic newspaper. Let's get into the Chronicle for today. The Chronicle says, protest over NPP's top-down election approach. Protest over NPP's top-down election approach. Police administration promotes Agojo and others. Okay, good news there for him. Police administration promotes Agojo and others. And then you have Africa's reparations call now a unified demand. That's according to His Excellency, the President of the Republic of Ghana, John Dramani Mahama. If we go to the top right-hand corner, it says Galamsey Task Force swoops on illegal miners along River and Cobra. Galamsey Task Force swoops on illegal miners along River and Cobra. Our scripture for the day is from the book of Micah, the chapter number 2, the verse 1. Woe to those who devise wickedness and work evil on their beds. When the morning dawns, they perform it, because it is in the power of their hand. Micah 2:1. Woe to those who devise wickedness and work evil on their beds. When the morning dawns, they perform it, because it is in the power of their hand. May the Lord add his blessings to the reading of his word. Let me take you to the Daily Guide newspaper. Daily Guide this morning says, Capital Bank collapse at Asian a scapegoat. That's attributed to John Appiah. Capital Bank collapse at Asian a scapegoat. John Appiah speaking there. NPP bans campaign posters ahead of delegates confab. NPP bans campaign posters ahead of delegates confab. The NPP is going into its annual National Delegates Conference this weekend on Saturday, July 19 at the University of Ghana Stadium. And the chairman of the planning committee, Joseph Osei, is pictured here saying that no campaign posters will be tolerated at the venue. All right. Opariado represents Ghana at Global Citizen Summit. Opariado represents Ghana at Global Citizen Summit. BOG spent $1.4 billion on forex intervention. That's attributed to the IMF. Wow. We need to look into this. BOG spent $1.4 billion on forex intervention. That's according to the IMF. And that's it for the Daily Guide newspaper. The Ghanaian Times is here. Ghanaian Times says, Ablekuma North rerun violence will fish out perpetrators. This is according to the Minister for the Interior, Mr. Muntaka Mohammed Mubarak. Will fish out perpetrators. Ablekuma North rerun violence. GHS re-strategizes for 24-hour healthcare operations. That's the Ghana Health Service re-strategizes for 24-hour healthcare operations. Then you have over 30% adults in Ghana have hypertension. This is a revelation by a study that is making this revelation in its report, that over 30% of adults in Ghana have hypertension. We need to take responsibility for our own health, and we need to take our health very seriously. Kwete elected NAF president in tight contest. Kwete elected NAF president in tight contest. I take you to the back page of the Ghanaian Times. LUPSA, ILGS Governing Councils inaugurated. LUPSA is the Land Use and Spatial Planning Authority, and ILGS is the Institute for Local Government Studies. And we understand that their governing councils have been inaugurated. Ministry of Local Government, Chieftaincy and Religious Affairs disburses 23.6 million cedis for assembly members' April-May allowances. That's also here on the back page of the Ghanaian Times. The New Republic is next. What's the New Republic saying? Araba blows whistle in the wind, demands $10 million compensation from the state. Azuma Resources cuts ties with Bright Simmons. Kufuor accuses NPP of shocking betrayal. Cries foul over alleged snub as his calculated silence bites back. Okay. Assembly members finally get paid. 25 million cedis disbursed amidst skepticism. NDC gears up for Akwitia by-election battle. NPP hijacked by mafia. FBI blocks Oforiatta's witch hunt escape route. US says extradition is not political, paving way for ex-finance minister's return. That's the New Republic. Daybreak. What's the Daybreak saying? Muntaka under fire over Ablekuma North chaos. Muntaka under fire over Ablekuma North chaos. IGP restores justice in police, promotes victimized cops. IGP restores justice in police, promotes victimized cops. NFFA elects Michael Kwete Tete as president. GPHA Navy reinforced strategic alliance for port security. Ghana Link denies broken down scanners claim. That's the Daybreak newspaper. And then we have the Business and Financial Times, BNFT, which says BOG eyes stronger currency forecasting. BOG eyes stronger currency forecasting. CD gains improved reserves to influence BOG FX policy adjustments. CD gains improved reserves to influence BOG FX policy adjustments. Tobinco Group outdoors entrance University of Health Sciences. Tobinco Group outdoors entrance University of Health Sciences. All our KIA scanners are fully functional. That's Ghana Link speaking there. Richard Niamakwe Foundation to roll out food bank project on August 1. Richard Niamakwe Foundation to roll out food bank project on August 1. President names new governing board for GIPC. Michael Tete Kwete elected president of NAF. Yep, that's it for the BNFT. Now let me take you online and bring you some stories on our web portals. I'll start off with ChannelOneNews.com, which says, criminalize derogatory language against PWDs. Federation of Disability Organizations urges CRC. Criminalize derogatory language against PWDs. Federation of Disability Organizations urges CRC. Defense Ministry withdraws military protection for unauthorized civilians and others. Defense Ministry withdraws military protection for unauthorized civilians and others. Stop brute force in Galamsey crackdown. Small-scale miners urge government. Stop brute force in Galamsey crackdown. Small-scale miners urge government. This is from the office of the former president, Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, and he says, I never tried to postpone NPP primaries or delegates conference. There were reports suggesting that the former president was intervening in the party's scheduled delegates conference as well as its upcoming primaries. And the office of the former president has issued a statement to deny same. And so he says, I never tried to postpone NPP primaries or delegates conference. That's according to Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo. CHALOG, that's the Chamber of Local Governance, applauds government for commencing allowance payments to assembly members. Chalog applauds government for commencing allowance payments to assembly members. Then you have Bawku tension. We are deeply worried. That's according to Ndebila. I think he's the member of parliament for Zebila, Ebenezer Ndebila, I think. Bawku tension, we are deeply worried. And then you have Ekuafriye contested rerun due to pressure from grassroots. That's the communications director of the NPP, Richard Ahiagba, speaking there. Yesterday, he sat with Freme Dunyame on the ChannelOne newsroom here on ChannelOne TV. And he says Ekuafriye contested rerun due to pressure from grassroots. Okay, we hear you. UG, that's the University of Ghana, lifts ban on social gatherings. Okay, so now the SRC, the GRASAG, the various halls, you can go ahead and embark on your weekly celebrations and what have you. Monthly allowance will motivate struggling assembly members. Again, that's Chalog speaking. And then you have Ablekuma North. Ekuafriye apologizes to MPP for defying boycott directive. Again, from Ablekuma North rerun, police had time to de-escalate violence. That's according to security analyst Professor Kwesi Enin. 1,192 kilograms of cocaine, 90 kilograms of cannabis intercepted in June 2025. That's according to the Minister for the Interior, Mubarak. Avoid misleading reports on ENP umpires, Azuma resources to media houses and others. Avoid misleading reports on EMP umpires, Azuma resources to media houses and others. Let's go to citynewsroom.com. Citynewsroom.com says government withdraws military protection for unauthorized citizens. Government withdraws military protection for unauthorized citizens. And then you have clamped down on illegal mining kingpins. Coalition Against Galamsey is calling on the government. Clamp down on illegal mining kingpins. And that's the Coalition Against Galamsey making that call. GHS to roll out 24-hour services at CHIPS compounds and polyclinics. That's the Ghana Health Service to roll out 24-hour services at CHIPS compounds and polyclinics. NPP's National Delegates Conference won't be postponed. This is according to Joseph Oseiwusu, he's chairman of the planning committee for the NPP's National Delegates Conference. And he says it won't be postponed. It will go on as planned, as scheduled. Akufo-Addo denies plot to delay NPP primaries and delegates conference. Akufo-Addo denies plot to delay NPP primaries and delegates conference. Ablekuma North rerun was rigged with fear and intimidation. Ablekuma North rerun was rigged with fear and intimidation. This is according to Richard Ahiagba. He's the Director of Communications for the New Patriotic Party, NPP. And then let's move on to Akwetia. Akwetia by-election unlikely target for reprisals. This is according to Professor Kwesi Enin, a security analyst. Yesterday, I listened to him on Eyewitness News, and he believes that whoever is planning a reprisal attack might not use Akwetia. The person might lay low and wait for when the security services are not suspecting any attack, and that is when they will vent their anger or their spleen. So Akwetia by-election, unlikely target for reprisals. That's according to Professor Kwesi Enin. Drip equipment being used for Galamsey. Afenyo Markin alleges. The minority leader in parliament is making that allegation that the drip equipment is being used for illegal mining. Okay. UG, University of Ghana, lifts ban on social gatherings as COVID-19 cases decline. University of Ghana lifts ban on social gatherings as COVID-19 cases decline. Let's take you back to Ablekuma North. Ekuafriye apologizes to NPP for defying party boycott. Ekuafriye apologizes to NPP for defying party boycott. And Ablekuma North rerun violence, unfortunate but unsurprising. Again, that's Professor Kwesi Enin speaking there. He says Ablekuma North rerun violence, unfortunate but unsurprising. Alrighty, so you can get details of these stories and several others on citynewsroom.com as well as channelone.news.com, and you can download the Channel One News app on the Google Play Store to make life very, very, very easy for you. Stay with us here on Breakfast Daily. Remember that the show is interactive, and so we'd like to hear from you on our socials as well as on WhatsApp. The numbers on your screens. When we come back, we begin the news review segment where you get to share your thoughts, your comments, and your contributions with us here on the show. I am the news review segment where we get into a conversation surrounding some of the major topics in the news. The show is interactive, and so we'd like for you to join us. We'd like to hear from you on our socials. We're live on Facebook, on YouTube, but you can send your message via the WhatsApp number on your screens. Let us know your thoughts, your comments, and contributions. We're going straight into the conversation. Let me say good morning to the former Member of Parliament for Anyasotu, the Honorable Dixon Adumaku Kisi. He's in studio with me. Good morning, sir.
Morning, Nana.
Good to have you. Good to have you. We're waiting on the others to join us, but we'll get straight into it. Yeah. Starting from Ablekuma North, that parliamentary rerun in some 19 polling stations, and of course the violence that characterized the exercise. The Minister for the Interior has spoken. He says he's directed the IGP to act swiftly on the matter, assuring that no perpetrator or the perpetrators will not left off the hook. Do we take this assurance from the minister, and should that settle the matter?
Good morning, and in fact, let me respectfully say that your suit is nice.
Thank you.
Very nice.
Thank you.
I'm happy with it.
Thank you, sir.
Ablekuma North and events leading to it. A very low point in our politics. Very low point. And may I first of all say that I'm deeply embarrassed as a politician and worried about our democracy. We've made many monumental hurdles in terms of improving the way elections are handled in this country. And for what to have transpired to transpire, it means that many checks and balances were lost along the way. And our staff from the law enforcement agency, in the sense that even the ordinary person in Ablekuma North knew that there were tensions between the two parties. And for that matter, a school was set ablaze last year. So looking at some of the things that happened leading into this election, it would have been wrong for police enforcement to think that it would be an ordinary sort of a mini by-election. And for 19 polling centers to have this breach of security, and I know it's not the entire 19, but for an incident like this to occur when you have just 19 centers, I'm deeply troubled, and I'm not too happy.
But you don't sound surprised.
Well, I mean, looking at the behavior of the NDC after elections last year, especially when MPP conceded, I'm not surprised. They were doing things brazenly without recourse to authority. And that's why I think about a couple of weeks ago, I was very straightforward about the fact that MPP should never concede early in the future. Because I think that there are many arguments, but I think that what we've seen in Ablekuma North largely was, the final bit due to the early concession. And it has, unfortunately, contributed to this loss of a seat, which hitherto, our intel had that we had won. So I'm concerned, one, by virtue of how the NDC managed themselves during this election, and also as it stands, if you look at the way policemen were just totally ignored, and the place was ransacked by individuals who were not in uniform. It begs the question, and I think it's a joke, forgive me, for the Interior Minister to have to ask police service to do their job. I think it's actually even very bad. It puts Ghana in a very bad place. Should there be a shooting incident anywhere in my neighborhood, do I need the IGB to be informed? Do I even need to get the local police to come and investigate it? I mean, it's ridiculous. And I think that our thinking is wrong, forgive me, about this whole process, because if there's an incident at a polling center, there are witnesses, there are videos, there's enough coverage, and police service needs Interior Minister or even the President to commission an inquiry, then we have a sick country. We have a sick country, because it shouldn't be the case. I mean, my goodness, you've been appointed as IGP, you've been appointed as the, let me say, the regional commander, and there's an incident or a crime, and we need Interior Minister to tell us to go and investigate. My goodness.
To be fair, the minister says that the police have received video and picture evidence and are currently reviewing same.
Reviewing, not investigating. Okay. That's where our problem is. And until we change our ways, we'll always get the same results in this country. And listen, I will not discount what has happened in other places from Techiman South to date. I mean, let's call a spade a spade. Some incidents were not managed well, and may have also contributed to the NDC's filling of, as it is, a give and take. But an eye for an eye leaves both of us blind. And as it stands now, one of our folks said that clearly the police service cannot protect you during an election. And what happened in Ablekuma North was largely voter suppression in a grand style, because the constituency largely has been MPP. And if you're NDC, the best way to go in is to suppress voters by intimidation. And this was a clear case. There's nothing more than, I would say, a voter suppression scheme or scandal. And that is what Ablekuma North was. And I must admit, our party was not very decisive in leading up to this.
Clearly.
And that may have also contributed to the low voter turnout, because people are of the opinion that we're not partaking or we are partaking. Yeah. And bad news travels faster than good ones, in the sense that once you say you are not going, that one everybody will hear. If you had said you are going and you are on the ground campaigning, then many people will become aware. So a low point in our politicking, and I think that we do not require or need Interior Minister to commission investigation. I mean, this is police service shouldn't operate that way, where you need, order from above to do your duty, which is expected of you locally. So I would have hoped that the regional commander, who's at Odoko, would have been already even briefing Ghanaians that, post-election, this and this and this and this. And I must also admit that the interdiction of the policeman, I think, though it seemed so fast, it's not appropriate. Let me come in and say that it's not appropriate. You know, listen, there should have been a fair hearing. I don't think that, you know, the policeman has been heard. You know, just look at the video. Not that I'm for the police service or against the media, but that's not how we take disciplinary actions. You know, it's almost as if, you know, ideally there should be some 2 weeks window where this is looked at, both sides, and then a decision is made. It's not about the rapidity of justice. And that is not how justice is served. No. So I personally think that that was a rush to judgment, and I don't accept it.
He is known. He is an officer stationed or placed somewhere and by the Ghana police, so he is known. So immediate action could be taken.
No,
and the interdiction is not the end of it. He's expected to face the Professional Standards Bureau of the Ghana Police Service.
I think that was the most rushed decision. And from a disciplinary standpoint...
The man was seen in the video committing a crime.
My point is that, listen, even if he shot somebody, that was just so fast. Then what happens to the other guys who we have video evidence? Then they should be behind bars already. We should be fair in our decision making. And what beats my mind is that those boys were still there for almost another 3, 4, 5 hours. And you know, before the day was over, this policeman had been handed, you know, his ticket. Whilst the other guys, what happened? I'm even hearing that some are enjoying the suns of Dubai. You know, that's what I've heard. And that is even more serious. And I think it's the gravest of sins. And I'm deeply concerned. I mean, justice should be fair-handed. You know, so you can't tilt it for the police, the professional man, and then leave it for, you know, people who are, quote-unquote, unprofessional or recruited for political execution.
But he is known by the service. He's known to the service. The service placed them somewhere. The service assigned him the duty of ensuring safety during the electoral process. And so he can be dealt with swiftly.
My key point here, listen, I've seen the video, but the process was rapid. And for me, I think it's all for, now the key word that is in the system is settings. Okay, the key word, and I need not say further, you know, the key word is settings, because my question is that, you know, why interdict so fast? You know, there are other things you could have done, you know, and I thought that the police services man, his thing was so rapid, you know, and if we afford that rapidity to the other 6 or 8 boys who were rowdy, I wouldn't complain. But justice cannot be different for men in uniform and different for people not in uniform. I actually really even thought that those not in uniform are usually even manhandled by the police service than those in uniform. So I'm not understanding what is happening.
Those not in uniform are not readily known to the police. The police are now going to look for them. But for this officer, he is known.
But when the issue happened, they were there. The characters were there. In fact, some have been arrested before. And some are boldly saying they know where they live. So I'm scandalized. And I want to demand from the IGP that the rapidity with which he interdicted his policeman, he should do the same. You can't interdict civilians,
but he should pick them up.
He should pick them up, and let us then say that, oh, I mean, Ghana police is fair. But to interdict your own person and leave the other perpetrators who were even more brazen in their action, it begs the question that the behavior is, or the decision is flawed.
Right. Let's say good morning to Larry Dogbe. He's the editor of the Herald newspaper. And welcome you.
Good morning to Four, and good morning to Honorable.
Right. Let's have your take on Ablekuma North. I don't think we've spoken since the exercise on Friday.
No, behind the scenes we had conversations.
Yes, but not on the show.
True.
So yeah, your thoughts, and then we'll marry that to what the Interior Minister has said, the call for swift action, and then of course the promise that the perpetrators will be brought to book.
Yeah, thank you, and good morning to our viewers. I feel that it's become one too many. We've been here, several times since 1992. And every now and then, violence, keep repeating itself. There's a whole, huge sums of money that is dedicated to ensuring electoral security every event. And it appears we are not getting anywhere. Okay, programs are held from both religious point of view, and then from various disciplines and so on, and all in an in an effort to ensure peace. Okay, but what we witnessed that day isn't proper. And for me, I think that I don't know what else can be done, but I believe strongly that prosecution is at the heart of all of this. Arrest the people and prosecute them. Okay, arrest them and prosecute them. It is not for anything that you have people, cameramen, wearing CID uniform or even FBI uniform, or even police encouraging, police in other disciplines wearing body cameras. Okay, once you decided that you're not going to take guns or AK-47 and all that, you should find another way of assuring that, people whose activities could compromise the peace or the event are captured and prosecuted. What happened in America in after the 2020 election? I think people are in jail now because of that incident. It's similar to what is happening here. Except that, the difference here is that, voting, this is an effort to disrupt an election. Over there, it was an effort to overturn the results. You get it? And I think that, if they are prosecuting, or they have prosecuted, we should also do a similar thing here. But people do some of these things and then they go scot-free. Is it Techiman North or South?
Techiman South.
Exactly. We even saw gunning down people. By the time that thing was over, people had passed. People were living People were living with permanent injuries. Etiwa, good.
Talensi.
Yes.
Ayawaso West Logo.
Good. Okay. Ododo Dio.
Even Ablekuma North.
Even Ablekuma, exactly. You get it.
Yeah.
For how long would we continue to tolerate this? For how long would we continue to tolerate this? You and I, we've spoken about this many times.
Yeah.
We have spoken about this many times, and it keeps repeating itself. I wasn't happy when the IGP went there and didn't utter a word.
Yeah.
I wasn't happy when he didn't utter a word. I don't know. So then what was his presence there for? Do you get it? I wasn't happy. At least tell us your observation.
He brought more barricades. That's what I did.
That one. any Bogano rank could easily, could easily have taken it there.
Yeah, he brought small barricades. That's where he
Any,
came.
I mean, tell us your observation. You know, at an IGP level, you are operating both, you know, administrative and operational level. You get it. So you need to be tactical.
Yeah.
Hey, what are you saying? Tell them, listen, we know all of you. Those of you doing this thing, we're going to arrest you one after the other.
Yeah.
And once you send that message across, people will, you know, will sit up. You get it. But no statements, nothing, normal visit.
Could this have been prevented?
Oh, I think we could have prevented it. But there was, I think there was a prelude to this, which was the indecision by the MPP. We are in court. We are waiting for what the court to say. But even that, we are not contesting. The General Secretary, the administrative head of the party, saying that we are not contesting.
Yeah.
Few hours later, the candidate says, listen, I believed I won the other election. And so, is there some few, with a little effort, I will win this. Yeah. So quickly, everybody or everything has to be mobilized to that place there. Everybody has to be, everything has to be deployed. Presidential candidates, aspirants started, you know, pumping money there. Okay, they were falling over each other just to, you know, show their might, financial mostly.
Of course, there's political capital in there. So
Thank you. Those who are working with the candidate, we saw them, you know, and many other things that happened. So the indecision, lack of, you know, preparation, and to some extent, you know, the okay, I don't want to use that thing expression because Southern police here.
But how did that contribute to the violence?
Oh, so after you had decided, I mean, initially you decided that you're not going to do that. So now you've changed your mind. So it's going to be a rash process.
But the party did not change its mind. It's the candidates.
I wanted to clear that up. That
the party did not change its
position. The party's decision was firm, but you know, it so happened that the candidate, looking at how much he spent for primaries, how much he spent for the general elections, and, you know, to a large extent, not to say this on air, but you are largely on your own. You know, the party carries you, but you spend quite heavily. And this is a case that she had also spent from January till July to, you know, shepherd the process. All these legal wranglings and things like that. It's not a joke. I mean, listen, I don't want to remind ourselves of the pain.
Honorable spoke for half an hour.
Sorry. I mean, it's not a joke. So I think, you know, and I feel her pain and her reason for taking that decision. So the party did not change their mind.
Very honorable, thank you.
You know, the party changed its mind.
There was an official communication.
I'm saying that the party changed its mind by the presence of various party leaders over there.
Oh,
we did not see national executives there.
Oh, I saw Kodua.
No.
Justin.
Yeah.
He wasn't there.
No,
there was a video in which he was in a house. I think
that was the, you know, he did a presser before. He went to her house to do the presser.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So,
right.
so
okay. But then how about Nana B?
But admittedly, there were, you know, the third vice was there. You know, there are videos showing him there very early. And the youth, deputy youth organizer. I mean, there were, you know, people who felt that in the thick
How about
of
Mustafa, Mustafa, the one who says, you know, we'll show him, we have, he says he has some, exactly. Salam
he
says he has
wasn't
more.
there.
Salam, I saw him.
I didn't
You
see
did?
him.
Yeah, I saw him.
Oh,
I mean,
okay.
videos of him, you know, I think Brian Champong going to the some of the polling stations and so on.
No, the one you saw
Was
maybe
this on election
Miracle.
day?
Election day.
I saw Miracle, but not.
Yes, the Miracle.
Yeah.
Miracle was also there as well.
You know, he's not.
Brian was there.
Miracle is not.
I mean,
where do we? So, what are we arguing about?
That is the confusion I wanted to come to you.
No, but
you say in one breath you are not contesting,
yes,
but your actions show different.
No, this was solidarity.
So, like, please go ahead.
Yeah.
So what? I mean, you said this in the morning, and then in the evening. I mean, your conduct is different.
So much confusion.
So much confusion.
So much confusion.
So with that, there's a rush process. With that, there's panic. With that, there are various things. Okay? And so from what we saw over there, once you rush into the process, and then, I mean, maybe the NDC had all along be ready for it. But once you are now coming in, it's like you are, how do you call that? An invading force. Isn't it? There's going to be, a scaffold. Now to the bit about Mavis Hawakumson. In every situation, what you do, I mean, some of these things, as journalists, you are taught that always assess your risk profile.
Yeah.
Always assess your risk profile. If you feel uncomfortable by it because you had done A, B, C, D, and I feel that when Tufor meets me, Tufor is going to give me the beating of my life, I will try and avoid Tufor to the best of my, ability. Yeah. You get it? Yeah. And so I wouldn't even show up at all. True. Because I don't know what's in Tufor's head. He has planned that this is where he's going to deal with me. And so tactically you withdraw. Send a reporter maybe. And want the reporter, something, be very careful. Avoid that man as much as possible. Now, I mean, being Hawakumson, with all the history behind her, you would want to, be as tactical as possible. But it appears that didn't happen.
No.
I've watched videos from ChannelOne where, she was virtually vying. Listen, we are going there. We'll do this. We'll do that. We'll do that. Why are they doing this? Why are they doing that? And then eventually she landed over there. Now, on going there, carrying a pepper spray, for me, was like, you had premeditated. So even when, from the video, even when the police, tried stopping her, they were virtually driving her from the place. But she, what do you call it?
She is a towering figure.
So she raised her, her upper body above the police. And I mean, look at what she was doing, spraying, whatever it is into the eyes of the people. The police were trying, they had tried to even push you away from there. I mean, that was preventive enough. That was good enough. But to have sprayed pepper, that thing into the eyes of the people, even at that process, even the police also, they
may have been caught in the crossfire.
Exactly. Then this human bed.
Lord Reagan.
Lord what?
Lord Reagan.
He's a wrestler.
if you ever played Mortal Kombat.
I'm not that about like you.
We actually used to walk to go play games.
So I won't comment because of what you said.
But I mean, there are so many questions from all of these. What are the rules of the game? Clearly, Hawakumson does not vote in Ablekuma North.
No, but you can be there as
no,
an
she
observer.
can be there. I mean,
you can be in the constituency, but at
as
the
an
polling...
observer. Where she was outside the perimeter where people vote. So, I mean, you can be in the church, you can be anywhere.
No, but the booth was just
they came really after her. And
I think the interview before that people watched.
Yeah.
You get it. Oh, why are they doing this? Why are they doing that?
Which was alleging intimidation.
Yes, exactly. So, listen, if you know Hawakumson very well, I'm sure Honorable knows. I mean, they've been in Parliament. In Parliament, there are videos or pictures of her warning, warning her colleagues in parliament, maybe the other side. You know, I would deal with you, so and so what. There are pictures, there are videos. What are we talking about? Again, weren't we here when her approval by parliament as a nominee for the second term, the minister, was delayed? It was delayed, I think, for a month or weeks or so, because of the Kasua incident where she pulled a gun. Again, there were pictures of that. Okay? There were pictures of that. In the case of the parliament, the delayed approval, listen, I know how people were called in to say that, listen, that is your sister. She's a gonja. Do this, do that, do that, do that, do that. Yes, I'm telling you on authority. People were called, oh, listen, why are you doing this thing to your sister? If it had been the other tribe, they would have done this. If it had been the other ethnic group, they would have done that. So your sister, so and so, allow her.
The tribal card was
played. It was played. It was delayed.
I'm not privy to this.
Oh, you won't be, Honorable. You won't be. Which one are you privy to? That she's, you know, prim and proper.
No, I'm talking about this.
No, I'm saying that we are privy to she being prim and proper. That her vetting, like others, you know, you haven't said that. So what I say?
So you finish. I'll come in.
Very rough up for me.
You get it? I mean, so an incident had occurred before. With all that history behind you, you don't go to a very tense environment like that. And for me, I sit here and I think that indeed she assessed her, you know, her risk profile, and for which reason she had a pepper spray. Do you get it? So she thought that the pepper spray, you know, was good enough. This time she didn't carry a gun, but she was carrying pepper spray. And lo and behold, when the incident occurred, then she pulled the thing and then started spraying. That's a hukum tuntum. Yeah, it reminds me of that advert, kum tuntum preocupe. Yeah, I mean, come on. Sorry, these guys, some of them, all they know is this. They are rented for some of these things. And both parties, you know, rent them.
Like I said, I mean, listen, we had a pact with the NDC to tone down on
violence,
this vigilantism. We had a pact, especially after West Wagon, where, you know, the NDC was telling us to disband ours. Okay, so it isn't that we don't know how to do this, but the pact has been breached now by the NDC, not the MPP, and you know, if you look at the 2024 elections and the way and manner, you know, there was some violence to the extent that we even lost some seats because of the violence. I think that as it stands now, it is not the MPP that has breached the pact of no vigilante.
Honorable, there was no pact.
Oh, there was.
No, there wasn't.
But
the law was passed.
Before there wasn't. Listen, do you know what? If there was, do you know what would have happened? It should have been that prosecute the people who were involved in all this, and both parties prosecute them, because that is the only way.
Did you see us?
That is the only way.
Perhaps the pact was for the two parties and not for us.
No, and for you and who? We are not
Ghanaians.
No, I mean,
listen, the journalist was just assaulted.
Exactly.
And he's saying that the interdiction wasn't there. He said
it was too rapid.
It was rapid.
You have to appreciate my point. I was doing a comparison. You know, that you interdict so fast your policeman, and then who is known, and the boys who are also known, they are not.
The police service doesn't know them.
You know them.
Are you talking for the police service now?
No, the police has told us that they are reviewing the tapes to aid their investigations.
Yes.
No, but
so they are now going to be looking
to,
for these guys.
Reviewing tapes to aid investigation is not admitting that we don't know them. Please.
Wow.
I mean, listen.
So, you know the police know them?
Oh.
No, but if they knew them, they would have arrested them. You don't have to review a tape.
But that even begs the question that when the incident happened, these boys or men,
the police were there actually.
These are men.
Were in the presence of police service, heavy numbers, I mean, heavy police presence. And you're telling me that they couldn't arrest them for the...
Oh, but immediately, tactically, you can't immediately arrest. No, Honorable, no, please.
It depends on the type of police that were deployed there.
Yes.
Do they have knowledge in riot control?
Oh, it doesn't.
Control?
No. I mean, it doesn't matter. Even you can effect an arrest. But
Yes.
you see, tactically, with that kind of tense environment, if you are attempted arresting, you would rather create a righteous, a situation like,
So what you're telling me is that should somebody have shot somebody right there, we'll just let the person go home and go and arrest him at home. That's what you're telling me.
You can do that. The American situation that I cited, the police, there was heavy security. At the point they were running away from the attackers.
That was not the police had no knowledge that the rioters would come to the building. They didn't. In this case, looking at what happened during the election.
I'm saying
How
that
do you go unprepared?
No, you couldn't immediately arrest. You couldn't immediately arrest because then you will be creating that chaos that you're trying to prevent, to form a line. In any case, you are there to police whatever is happening. So
you police a crime and you let the person get away.
No, you can put in measures
This idea you have is rather
you can put in measures to just, you are monitoring the situation.
If I slap you in the presence of police, what you're telling me is that police should allow me to go
I'm not sure you're following the argument.
In Kenya, Ruto has directed that protesters be shot in the legs.
Okay. You get it.
No, I'm just saying this to say that the police could have done something there.
Yeah, they could do something there and there. But even pick one or two people out of the place there or try to talk to them. That can be done. But saying that arrest the people immediately, I'm saying that you could create the very chaos you're trying to prevent.
Very well.
These guys sat in a pickup truck, which I've seen videos of.
You see, he doesn't want to admit that. Listen, the failure to prosecute the
Exactly.
I have said that some of this...
We have not dealt decisively with electoral violence. And it emboldens others to engage in same.
There's one thing legislating, and there's another putting that legislation into practice.
I admitted that we are here because of issues that were in the past. And I cited the Chiman South just as you have. I cited Etiwa here. So I'm not here to say that we're here because of nothing from the past. There's been incidents, and I'm not also supporting my party for.
The Etiwa story. Do you really know what happened?
Oh, do we all know? If you know it all, you can say it. But my key point.
Let's not go into the backstory.
My key point here is that listen, two wrongs don't make it right.
True.
And there should be a point where some things are corrected. And listen, I wouldn't be here to justify that, for what NDC has done, when we go to Akutia, we're going to do worse. I'm not that type of person. I even think that the two parties ought to sit down carefully, hash out things so that Akutia becomes a very true test of pure good politics and elections. And should even MPP Aparachikis go armed, they should be arrested.
Akutia might
same
not
with
be
the NDC.
The best platform to assess this, because whoever is planning a reprisal will know that definitely with what has happened, there will be some proper security at Akutia. And so there was
no proper security at Ablekuma North?
The security in Ablekuma North failed, if you ask me.
Okay, thank you.
They failed. If you ask me, there was enough time to de-escalate the situation.
What about this claim that what happened at the, what was the name
Ablekuma
of the...
North?
No, that particular polling station.
The St. Peter's Methodist Church.
Yes, and that it's just an isolated case, and that there were other polling stations that things were very peaceful.
Oh, there were. There were. We reported throughout the entire day.
Okay, so we are using that one to just define whatever happened.
And you see, we cannot downplay it because
we are not downplaying
this is 19 polling stations. Yes. And the fact that this same polling station in 2024 witnessed some level of chaos. Same place the pink sheets were bent. So there was enough intel to inform even the type of police you would deploy on the day.
Where do we put the blame? The police?
The state and the police.
Yeah.
Because the state has failed to act.
Can we detach the state from the police?
No, it's detached.
The police is part of the executive.
Well, I mean, the state, by the state, I'm referring to the state and, of course, successive governments over the years. Especially parties that have benefited from electoral violence.
Yeah.
And having failed to act decisively on same over the years. The reason why we are seeing some of these things. On the end of the police is the failure to pick up intel. And if they did, the ability to act on same intel. That is where I have a problem.
My position is this, that we should be swift. The fact that once you have failed, once you had come to the conclusion that you're not going to, let's say, take guns or weapons to the place there, you should deploy another strategy that captures, miscreants,
Exactly.
and then putting them before the court. Once we begin to jail people, okay, you will have some of these things minimized to a large extent.
Yeah.
I'm saying this also not forgetting the fact that you remember the Delta Force?
Who stormed the court?
And invisible forces.
Yes, the Delta Forces and then the Invincible Forces and then there were also Kandahar Boys and Bolga Bulldogs and many others. Some attacked the National Security, let's say, office in Kumasi. They were prosecuted. Now, they even stormed the court. When they were to be jailed, they said, after the jailing, after the conviction, they were fined. Then they said, now you see young crazy kind. As soon as, the thing happened, we quickly pay the fine and then
They suggest something to you?
Yes. The person who was prosecuting, the same person was behind it, handing them money. Today, most of them are talking about how the party as in MPP failed them by not giving them appointment, and that even some of the appointees, they had refused picking their calls. So, and after eating alone, when there is an...
They are being beaten.
They are being beaten.
They should suffer alone.
Yeah, they should go and suffer alone. You get the thing.
Right.
I mean, parties have this kind of thing.
Yeah.
I think it goes even way back to our traditional setup, where we have the SAFO groups.
Yeah.
That nationally became the armies. Okay, so these things, most chiefs have some of these, groups and so on. But it is how you...
These are political land guards.
It is how the extent to which you are able to, take care of them, ensure that, listen, hey, give them a different culture. Give them a different appreciation. Tell them that election is not about, it's an exchange of ideas.
Yeah.
The superiority of your idea or your policies will get somebody to vote for you. I mean, he hasn't died after losing the primaries.
Yeah.
He's here. I mean, living well, looking better, healthier and more than he might have some pains, but I think that psychologically he has, psyched himself up.
Pains over political machinations against him. Or what?
Yes, obviously not from pepper spray. So, I mean, today is his nightmare. Tomorrow he might see day.
Yeah.
And it will be beautiful. How many times, hasn't President Akufo-Addo lost an election? Okay.
Yeah.
President Kufuor. Okay. And even President Mahama went and came back. Do you understand? Mills earlier had also, lost elections back to back.
But I just stated as first.
Thank you. First shot. He failed. And I mean, maybe subsequently he could emerge stronger. So when the people want you, the mandate is for you. They'll protect you through, all through. And it will be overwhelming. President Mahama, who lost election miserably, see the numbers he's gotten now. You understand? So deploying tax, maiming people, killing people for some... Listen, after election, a lot of these guys, they don't pick your calls. Before election, they'll call you, bro, yes. So and so, can you do this for us? Can you do that? Can you do that? This thing, have you thought of it? Well, when they win elections, they don't pick your calls. And a lot of these guys know, some of them know. They know it. So just take your time, live there. Let the people go and decide what's good for them. If the person doesn't bring development to the area, what do you care? You can't move from, my hometown in Akachi and come and misbehave. And then the next morning you are calling the minister or the guy that you came to misbehave for, and he's not picking your call, and you are angry.
Yeah.
No, you were paid. He just used you.
Exactly. Let me take a few messages and then we can move on to the issue of Bawku. Alhaji Hamza from Pig Farm says, good morning, my brother. In my humble opinion, whatever that happened at Ablekuma North should be condemned and people arrested and punished to serve as a deterrent to others. My brother, let us not also forget the fact that refusing to give supporters of the NDC who suffered serious beating at Ayawasu West Wagon, what's the cause of all this in Ablekuma North? Because people went there in pain. Even a member of parliament was slapped, but no action was taken. Let's get serious in this country. This one says, dear host, I think the one-time honorable MPP party has now lost its core values when Akufo-Addo led the party for 8 years. I don't think the party is now attractive and everything is in disarray, no leadership. While I'm excited by the stellar performance of His Excellency Mahama's government, I am not enthused about the fight against Galamsey by Mahama's government because he has to declare a state of emergency on water bodies and forest reserves because the degradation of the environment is incalculable and could lead to kidney diseases. We were promised that LI 2462 will be repealed, but we are being deceived by Mahama's government. Good morning. This is Charles Achampon from Sefi in the Western North region. All right, gentlemen.
But I wanted to say something. But let's face the fact that, listen, Ablekuma North, apparently for some years now, the MPP's fortune
is dwindling.
Yeah, it has been dwindling. It's been coming down. People who, I heard that. This is a constituency that Kwame Bartels used to be.
Kwame Bartels, Joe Apia,
Equia
Friye, Sheila
Bartels, Kwame Bartels' daughter. Then I don't think Sheila Bartels participated in this election.
No.
Because I think there's a rift between her and then Equia Friye. And I didn't even see Kwame Bartels also, who is an elder of the constituency, also out there.
His presence would have made a difference.
It could have. I mean, an SMP, an elder of the party, held various positions in the party and so on. I'm sure it could have. However, I mean, there's something practically wrong as far as the MPP in the constituency is concerned. And I'm also told that Friye, when they're talking about how, if Irabra should rather have gone to her hometown to go and contest an election because more like, she's not an indigent in that constituency.
Not her hometown.
And then the counter this thing was that, but are you also from here?
Yeah.
The fact that you were born here and bred here doesn't make you whatever it is. But I see, strategy, messaging, communication.
Yeah.
What were you there for? What are you to implement now? Okay? I mean, there's also a claim that she said now that Baumia didn't win the election, voting for her would make things difficult in terms of policies and so on. Some of those things were also said in the past. You get it? Now, your message is key. Your message is key. That should define you. But the party, as in the MPP, should also go out there to assess why are their numbers dropping. Okay, and then maybe they could come out better. Yeah. And the NDC maybe could also do whatever made them to win the election. Okay, if it's the violence, then next time it wouldn't happen again because then people will deploy a stronger force.
It's quite a tight race, and I'm sure both parties will know what to do going forward.
Yeah.
All right, let's go to Bawku. Honorable, let me start with you. A number of MPs are demanding the withdrawal of the military from Bawku. They think the military is engaging in the use of excessive force. There was a recent issue, I think it has to do with the destruction of a statue of, I think, a very revered person in the area. The MPs basically are calling on national security to withdraw the military from Bawku. Would this augur well for the peace we're all looking for in Bawku if we should withdraw the military at this point?
Bawku is a very delicate matter. A township that has all kinds of people, not just the indigents. There's a lot of business and trading in Bawku, which has brought. In fact, I'm amazed to hear that a lot of Bawkuans speak Twi.
Bawku ones.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah,
That's how you want to Christian them.
Yeah,
it's,
Bawku ones.
you know,
How about Bawkunians?
well,
Or Bokunabis.
Bawkunabis.
Mokunabis is a bit, you know, so
Copy and complete.
I'm amazed to hear they speak a lot of Chi because of the trading and the multiplicity of the people in terms of ethnicity. But this whole thing, it cannot be Gaza. It shouldn't be Gaza. These are ordinary Ghanaians, and we know the rift and what it is about, and the rule of law must be looked at carefully and explained and well understood by both parties. And if I think a judgment is to be made at the Supreme Court and enforced, I'm hoping that this will be over with. But one key thing comes to mind. Who is providing weaponry? That has to be answered. Because if the inflow of weapons are stopped, then this should have died down. And I don't know how this thing is going to be resolved, because I was thinking that we got Asantehene involved, or Otumfor, to help use dialogue to remedy this thing. But more and more, it's getting worse. And I don't want to politicize it anymore at all. I know Ayariga will not be happy. He's now the majority leader. And this is his baby, in the sense that he came into Parliament when the former MP was, as it is, put in jail. So
Adamu Sakande.
yes,
Put in jail.
Oh, true or false?
Oh.
Yeah, that was how Ayariga.
Put in jail.
Was he not arrested and
Yes.
prosecuted and jailed?
Okay.
Or was he convicted or not?
Oh,
He was convicted of a
but
crime.
either way.
Went through a legal process.
So you want me to just summarize or just talk about all that? You know,
Was there a criminal trial?
What eventually happened was that he was jailed. True or false? And may his soul rest in peace. But my key point here is that is how Ayariga got into Parliament and has been the MP for all this while. He can't even go back home because his own house has been vandalized. And when ordinary NHIS director gets butchered, or as it is, decapitated, then, I mean, it shows how intricate this whole thing. And it begs the question, how is he even functioning as a member of Parliament?
Right.
And
How is he able to win an election?
is a huge toll on his leadership now. I mean, let me almost say that I'm sure he doesn't sleep over this, because
Clearly.
as a leader of Parliament, and your home base, your seat is under all of this.
Why are you making this whole thing about Ayariga?
Oh, he's the member of Parliament, the people's representative.
So,
And I'm only talking about how painful his current experience is as the leader of the house, and your backyard
It's on fire.
is on fire,
okay.
and your house has been burnt, It's serious.
They said the soldiers have gone to demolish a standing statue.
Yeah.
That is where that is what I argue.
That's the recent.
Yeah.
You know, the Bawku issue, you cannot take just one piece and leave the other piece.
Okay.
It's a very huge...
And you guys are at the top of it.
No, I mean, listen, he is the person I can relate to.
Very well.
Because if I'm a member of parliament and my market is on fire, it troubles you. And at this point in time, this past 6 months, he's not been able to go there and come back.
You know that for a fact?
If he's gone by now...
You know that for a fact?
Listen, some of the army guys were shot. I'm talking about army leadership.
The IGP's vehicle was attacked when he went there.
So who is he to go there?
Do you know that for a fact?
Very well.
So my key point here is that this needs some very serious thinking. And the approach to this thing has to be very carefully managed. If it's not carefully managed, mind you, the ethnic people are not just in Bawku.
Spillover.
Yeah.
There's some in Accra.
Yeah.
There's some in Western North. There's some in Aflao.
Yeah.
There's some even in my own place here, you know, from Plains. So it has to be carefully managed.
Right.
And I worry if you should remove army services, then you're leaving people to be slaughtered. So I think that beyond the army, there should be mediators also on ground,
Right.
to keep at it and talking to the people in their local dialect. And that is where we have a challenge.
Right.
Many of the well-trained
hold on for me.
mediators...
Hold on for me. I'll come back to
don't
you. Let me take
know
a quick break here.
Mampusi language or Kusasi language.
I'll come back to you, and then we'll deal with that aspect of the Bawku issue. But this is Breakfast Daily. Stay with us. We'll take a quick break. When we come back, we'll continue with the conversations. WhatsApp number, or on our socials, YouTube, Facebook, as well as X. Honorable Kisi, wrap up your thoughts on this Bawku matter and whether or not the military should be withdrawn.
I think that it's always important that you have some boots on the ground. But I also want to add that maybe the approach has to be looked at. There should be more mediators than weaponry. And I'm praying that the mediators know the local language. Because sometimes when you communicate in English, they don't hear you. So that needs to be looked at. I remember in Afghan, they recruited Afghans to be able to do the communication.
Right.
So this is a case where the military or police service need to actually recruit people within the community who can communicate appropriately to help this thing get resolved. I mean, so that they can go along and enjoy their life. And this cannot go on forever. And in my closing summary, it's a very delicate matter and should not be politicized so that we can solve this problem. But the majority leader, I feel his pain. This is a very huge problem in addition to his burden as a majority leader. And I wish him well in whatever ways he has to convince Muntaka and others to make this thing a thing of the past. Yeah.
Very well, thank you. Larry, how do we deal with this issue of the Bawkuans? As
the Bawkuans. First of all, I think that the withdrawal of the military is not the solution.
You think they should be changed? There should be a redeployment?
Oh yeah, there should be. I think that, fatigue setting. Yeah. I've had friends call me asking if I knew a certain officer somewhere because, they want to be transferred from a place like that to another place.
They're getting frustrated.
Yeah, well, beyond the frustration, people get tired. People get used to,
doing the same thing over
Yeah,
and
doing
over.
exactly. And so there's no new ideas. They are rather looking for places to hide as opposed to, chasing every report and then making sure that violence or crime is prevented. Obviously, what is happening, I doubt what where we are going with that.
Yeah.
But
it's costing us a lot.
A lot. I mean, in last year, for instance, we saw a memo, a national security memo, that 6 million Ghana cedis is pumped there every month.
It's costing us a lot, way too much.
And look at the environment we are talking about. So I read a story yesterday, and then I saw videos where they said, oh, the statue of the, is it Azagran? Yeah, okay. Yeah. And then the person was reporting said, oh, on the Bawku something highway. And the highway we are talking about.
So I think that's the Bawku area. We have videos.
No, the Bawku highway.
We don't have the highway, but
no, that's the highway.
The statue that was destroyed.
Yeah, that's the highway. The highway.
So the statue is next to the highway.
No, maybe.
Or what is supposed to be a highway?
Well, the highway. See, I mean, we are laughing over it, but I mean, that you can't describe that as a highway, unless, of course, the highway is in your mind. And so you are saying it for whatever it is. But, I mean, most border towns are economically vibrant places.
Yeah.
Go to Elubo.
Yeah.
Go to Elubo, where the Ivorians bring their wares to come and sell. Ghanaians also bring something. And then, there's exchange of goods and services.
Yeah.
But Bawku has become a place where, and in between that, I think that some people are also profiting. There was a time that people started smuggling cocoa beans through that place to Togo to go and sell.
Yeah.
And you had the police people, leading some of those things. You had soldiers who had to step in to arrest some of the police men. I know for a fact that as of last year, there was an officer who is supposed to be an indigene of that area, a senior police officer, and he spent his whole policing career is in Bawku. Okay? Now, a man like that, I mean, he's used to the situation, so it's business as usual. Oh, 2 years ago, they killed 16. So if today they are killing, 2, it's nothing really, bro. Let's get used to it and move on.
But these are lives lost.
These are lives. There should be a constant reshuffle.
Yeah.
Unless, of course, the 6 million Ghana cedis that goes there every night and then ends up in certain pockets. For which reason, the more the conflict persists, people are happy.
The more people benefit.
Yeah, the more people benefit. But it's obvious that people outside Bawku, as Honorable mentioned, who for years now haven't been to their ancestral homes or met friends, or they've had friends who have been killed, and so they don't have any any emotional or any whatever attachment to the place again to go and see the place and to travel on the highway to Bawku to go and see the place. So much money is going to the thing, and then we are not getting anywhere. Now, there's also another thing that we are not looking out for. Most often what you hear, he talked about language. Most often what you hear is one group, is it the Mampusis accusing the Kusasis of one thing or the Kusasis, and then even said that, the officer who was deployed was a Kusasi. Yeah. And then the other one says, he was a Mampusi. You get that thing. Now, is the state arming, some of the feuding factions to attack, the other group? Now, what is the profiling of some of the officers that we take there?
Right.
Okay? Our officers send there with who has the aim that, this time we are going to finish the other group. Okay?
Yeah.
So, for which reason the conflict will persist? I see no reason whatsoever where state-paid agent, as in the military people, storm the place and then, break down the statue. Unless, of course, the statue has become a point of conflict. Even if it's become, we all need to decide that, based on national security advice, or based on so and so for the peace of the area, we are demolishing this thing.
Or could they have been relocated?
Or we are relocating it. You get that. But that's the decision that all the parties would have to come to. And even if you want to erect, let's say, something, how do you call that? Something that is to serve as a
monument.
A monument, exactly. On the Bawku Highway.
You seem to have so much interest in this highway.
If you have to be on the Bawku Highway, we should all come together and agree that, oh, listen, we are putting up this, we are putting up that. So that becomes, anytime we look at that, it becomes a source of inspiration for us to ensure peace, rather than to go killing ourselves. Okay? And I think that the military would want to investigate some of these things. Who did this? Who are the people who did that? Can you move them away from the place there, replace them with other people, demote them if you know you find them culpable of one thing or the other, or even expel them from the military altogether, because characters like this obviously are not serving the purpose for exactly our purpose. And so I think that something has to be done. Having said all that, I think that there are a lot of uniforms in the hands of private individuals.
That's also true.
Yes.
Yeah.
There are a lot of uniforms in the hands of, private state uniforms in the hands of private individuals who are using it to do one thing or the other. Criminal mostly. There are a lot of weapons also.
Yeah.
I recall when President Kufuor took over in 2001, one of the key things he did was to retrieve a lot of weapons from, people's, in the hands of people. Mainly the CDRs, the PNDC elements, and many others. There is a call that President Mahama should do a similar thing. I've heard state security people say that, listen, that hasn't been done. And that should be one of the key mandates of the Interior Minister, Muntaka. That, listen, recall all those guns out of the people. Go through the books. Where is this? Where is that? Where is that? Let them bring it. So that we know that you are retrieving some of these things from the people, and that you are sure whoever keeps it with beyond a certain time, that person can be dealt with or prosecuted. Right. But if we don't do that, hey, people will use them for whatever it is, knowing full well that our borders are porous, and anything can come in, and anything can come out. We are surrounded also by conflicts. International, with international dimensions. Yeah. Okay, you don't want to mention, certain countries around, but we all know that we are following the reports. And so something has to be done in a volatile region. Okay, and then, that is, Very
well. There's a message here from Derek. He's in Cape Coast. He says, good morning to you and your panel. There's not a single sensible justification for the riot during the rerun. And I think both NDC and NPP should stop the hypocrisy, because they all know the people responsible, because most, if not all, of these thugs are from their camps. So the country and the political and judicial classes refuse to prosecute criminals like these, then we as a country, we are just gradually creating terrorists in this country, all in the name of winning power. That's from Derek. Let us hear from you as well. Send your thoughts, your comments, and contributions into the show.
I'm happy to hear the Interior Minister say yesterday that the IGP has submitted
the report on the 2020 and 2024 electoral violence.
I thought that it would be made public.
It should be.
Yeah, it should be made public. Right. We all saw the killing. If there's a report on it,
we should know
what it holds. We shouldn't be hiding it anywhere.
What do they have and what do they intend to do?
Exactly. I think that President Mahama would want to put that report out. Let all of us see it. Because, see, if my brother has been killed in there, I want to know who did what, when, and how.
Yeah, true, I agree. Anyways, Honorable Gizi, what's happening with your party? You are scheduled for conference this weekend.
Yes, and it's going to come on.
Okay, as we have heard the planning committee chair say.
Yeah,
but the office of the former president has had cause to issue a disclaimer.
No, I think that there were nuances to lead it up to yesterday as to whether the conference should come on or not. And there were some, as it is, I wouldn't say petitions, but recommendations to, as it is, maybe reconsidering the date. But I think by and large, the council sat down and decided that, a lot of inroads had been made with regards to the conference, and there was no need to make change to the conference. So Saturday, MPP will hold this conference to conclude on decisions that are very important to the party. So we look forward to it. I really think that it's all part of the, as it is, reforming the party process, where varying ideas are brought to the table and reasons are given for why or why not. So we're looking forward to it. All of us will be there to attend, and both presidents will not be. Both past presidents will not be.
Why?
I'm told they're both out of the country.
President Kufuor is also out.
Yes. So they'll address us by Zoom.
Right.
And usually the address is very short. And I'm hoping that when it's done, one very key thing we want to know by the end of this weekend is whether we would be expanding our registry or not. I think that is at the center of all of this. And we are also mindful of the fact that as a party, when you expand, you incur more cost. So the expansion ought to be well thought through. And if we are in agreement, either maintain the status quo or expand. I have always said that the same constitution gave birth to two presidents, to a large extent. And it's the people that may have changed, but the constitution, if we adhere to it, can still literally be our template.
But you don't think times have changed, for which reason there should be some amendments to the constitution?
Some amendments, fine. I mean, social media was not in our language when the constitution was written. So if we're talking about the reprimanding we'll be doing for defamation, things of that sort, I mean, that's easy to amend. But when you are changing polling stations from 5 to 7, that's 2 times the number of polling stations. That's a lot of expenditure. Or if you're adding to the number of coordinators per electoral area, that's So at any rate, I think that people are excited. I'm excited to be done with this conference so that we know as a party, which direction we're going with regards to our reforms, and if there'll be any changes to our polling station executives, and that's what I'm hoping to know. But personally, let me state this, and I have said this, and I'll continue to say this. I worry that the Democrats in the U.S. have made changes to their leadership, and we are here 7 months. We haven't done that. As we speak today, we don't. The
party leadership.
We don't have a substantive chairman as a party.
Yeah.
And I think for a party in crisis without chairman is troubling. And for that reason, I know it's for health reasons, but as it stands, should the president of the country be impeached for health reasons, everything changes. If we'll use a vice president, it's very clear we should do it. But as it stands now, though we've had this massive notice to the party that our chairman is not well, and for that matter, has been put aside, it even calls for now a quicker, process to make the necessary things to get a substantive chairman, and if we'll maintain all the other executives, so be it. But I think that
this is not the first time. Freddie Blay, after the Polafoko was driven out, was elevated to become party chairman. So he served for some time as an interim chairman before becoming.
So my
there's
key
nothing
point
new. This is what is happening now is nothing new.
Currently, who serves as chairman?
Mute,
Yeah.
who also I'm told is also not too well. But at any rate, my key point is that, when we had the Polafoko incident, we're not in government. Okay. And we had not lost a heavy election. I hope you get where I'm coming from. So we're in a situation where we're at a crossroads. And when you're in a crisis situation like that, it begs that question that, listen, what do we do to have a substantive chairman so that the direction is very clear for us as a party? So I'm very excited and hoping that, one, the clear outline in terms of activities leading up to January 31st will be known. And I'm of the school of thought that it will be safer to have a substantive chairman before a flag bearer, in the sense that then your party is safe. But when you do the reverse, then you're leaning more into the autocratic way, because whoever becomes the flag bearer will just bulldoze
automatically becomes the leader of the party.
And make that is not a problem. But the thing is that when you have
without a chairman,
when you have a substantive chairman before a flag bearer, the chairman can put some checks in place for the flag bearer.
Are you pushing for election of national executives before election of flag bearer?
I mean, as
has been your practice.
That is what I am hoping for. That sits well with me. Well, as a party man, that sits well with me. And
would this be a matter on the table at the conference?
Well, I mean, when the timelines come as to what we are doing before January 31st. Because if you are going to be expanding, then you cannot not touch the registry. And for that matter, once you touch the registry, it's like a cold chain. Everything, a cascading effect.
Chain reaction.
Everything then requires that these
You are
things,
the catalyst.
I mean,
Orlando, Larry, talk to us about the MPP and its delegates conference and all that is happening.
Yeah, I think the MPP is a victim of its own, self-conceited. I can't get the word, but you see, they seem to, as soon as the thing happens, quickly, let's do this. Let's do that. Let's do that. Without sitting down to reflect on, actions, reactions.
It's more of knee-jerk
exactly.
reactions.
So quickly they lost an election. Let's...
Nakukwe committee.
Yeah, no, for the Nakukwe committee, that was necessary.
The post-MS.
And then quickly say, let's do a quick flag bearer election. You get the thing. Before any other thing. And what was the process? Allow whatever has been there to be there. If the leadership of the party is, it's not good enough, put them for an election. But
desperate times, desperate measures.
How desperate is this? I mean, this is not life and death.
You suffered a huge defeat.
This is not life and death. So then quickly you deploy Makokwe, and then Makokwe goes, around the country, submits a report that today you and I don't know the content. It's somewhere.
But page 67 is known.
It's not. It has various contents.
It's page 67. Yeah, everybody knows.
Everybody knows.
Page 67. President Akufo-Addo's failure as a leader was there.
Arrogance of power.
Arrogance of power was there.
Corruption perception
is there. Family and friends is faces.
I wonder how thick 67 is.
What a page.
What a page.
Is it the glossary section or the preface?
Yeah,
I don't know.
The infamous 67.
Yeah,
Exactly.
And then what you call it? The party leadership's failure is also there. Kodria's failure is there.
One page.
One page.
In semi-brain.
and that page has triggered a lot.
Yeah, so page Bawku. So, I think that on a more serious note, it's good that they are going to have this. It's more of maybe just meet and interact. Okay, and then, people you can switch pains to some extent. However, I hope it will be peaceful because already you can see blocks emerging and all that. The flag bearers will, aspirants will mount their campaign very effectively. People.
It's been quiet for a while now.
Abroad here will obviously meet Kennedy Japan.
Politics.
Yes, and so, but I'm picking up reports that the flag bearer contest could be pushed to sometime June or July next year.
Next year, okay.
Yes, I'm sure he's also picked that.
Your intel is better than mine. I'm not aware.
You are not aware. Maybe you become aware over time. So, I mean, the list of things, let's expand electoral college. The list of things, let's expand.
This expansion will cost them.
Yes, we've always heard about this expansion.
Yeah.
That, if you expand, it will be difficult for you to bribe each and everybody.
Right.
But then the more the expansion,
the more you pay.
And then quickly they tell you that, okay, even if now it used to be 4, but it's been increased to 20. And then they tell you, just look for huge money and camp like 15 of them and sort all of them out. So you are sure that when those 15 come.
You are teaching me things.
I like how he goes about his things.
Yeah, I mean, he's a nice guy. So, I think that they should, we wish them well. For me, I'm just sad that President Akufo-Addo wouldn't be there. Because,
why?
No, it gives him a good opportunity to apologize to the party. To apologize to the party. The way he led the party for the 16 years or so that he was in charge was what came out, at the election. Listen, President Akufo-Addo was like, we would have lived with that thing that, he was the man who Ghanaians didn't vote for.
So what you're saying is that the former president should apologize to Ghanaians.
Oh no! I mean to the party. Okay, now listen, guys. I'm sorry for this embarrassing defeat. I'm sorry for leading the party into this abysmal whatever it is.
But there was a flag bearer. He wasn't a flag bearer.
You think that it was a referendum?
We should fall on 67 again.
Well, let's see.
Thank you, Larry. Thank you, Honorable Kisi. This has been the news review segment here on Breakfast Daily. I am Nana Tufo Boateng. Stay with us. The show continues after this.